Hey guys, I am Damesies from the Omnic Post with an update on Overwatch. Last night, the update for the Troubled Creator Experimental card went live. In case you missed it, Blizzard added an experimental card to the game that has balancing changes that were decided by a group of content creators. In general, these types of cards are always a lot of fun. And while the basic ideas behind this specific card were pretty good, there were some glaring issues, especially with all of the tanks and some of the supports. But it looks like they took care of most of the issues with this update. This card is now closer to a point where people might still dislike it, but for personal reasons. Because the changes do not match their playstyle, for instance, which is something you'll always have. Now let's have a look at what they changed. The damage reduction for tanks was lowered from 50% to just 25%, and they now gain their ult 20% faster. That right there is already a huge step forward. Like I've said before, the basic idea behind these tank changes wasn't bad. It was just a huge hit in damage that made this card into a nightmare for all the tank players. But they went even further and they tuned specific tanks up and down for some nuance. Yeah, that's a fancy word. Make sure to write it down. Nuance. Wrecking Ball's pile driver damage was increased. Orisa's new tentacle-shaped halt will last longer. The range and the health on the supercharger was increased, while the cost was lowered by 30%. Combined with the general ult charge buff, this is a lot of bongos. Winston's Tesla cannon gets more ammo and his jump pack damage was increased. Roadhog sees the damage on his alley boss doubled, and his hook will slow down the target for 2 seconds. D.Va's micro missiles are on a shorter cooldown. And the only tank that got nerfed was Sigma. He no longer is immune to crowd control during kinetic grasp. And that's just fine. Sigma was actually the only tank that still performed decently in the past iteration of that card. And with those general tank buffs, he is even in a better spot now. So tanks are fun again and experimental. I'm still not a huge fan of the Zarya changes, but I'll take what I can get. This update wasn't all about tanks though. The team also made some changes to other heroes. DPS for instance. Pharah can knock you back with both her concussive blast charges. Widow's Venom Mine was nerfed down again. Soldier's Helix rockets are back on a 6-second cooldown, and Tiny Bastion has less ammo now. For the supports there were also some bug fixes, especially on Symmetra's healing turrets. They are now a little smarter, and they will give you all charge. There was also a bug fix for Mercy that pauses the respawn timer on your allies that are being rezzed. On top of this fix, Mercy also had some balancing updates that make playing her a little smoother and give her a better chance of pulling off a res. I feel like they addressed the most common grieves that I've seen online. But what do you think? Did these updates make the card better? Let me know in the comments. And do remember that this is just an experimental card. All these changes will be gone next week. Although, if it was up to me, they could keep some of the changes. Like some of the Reinhardt stuff, Sigma, and the Symmetra healing turrets. I like those. Anyways, this weekend the Creator Cup tournament will be played. And today is the last day for you to join the tournament. So get your team together. And make sure to subscribe for more updates on Overwatch.